What's going on, chicken friends? It's Donna Little from the Coop Scoop. Maybe I should say what's going on, quail friends, because today's video is all about the quail. And if you watch my channel and you've seen any of my videos about these little guys, you know it's been an adventure. Now when they came home, they were so sweet and little, and they're not sweet now. As soon as they reached sexual maturity, which took about 5 minutes, okay, that's an exaggeration. It took about, I don't know, 6 weeks from the time I brought them home. They are a bunch of serial killers now. So we had to, I will say in their defense, I was told by the farm we got them from that we had one rooster. And then we discovered we had a second rooster. So we realized that that's why I guess the most dominant rooster was attacking him to the point of gashing his poor little head open. So we built a second enclosure. Now, we've gotten that done. We've separated him. We gave him 3 little girlfriends, and they are getting along famously. The ones that are down on the ground, there's 4 of them. We thought we had 1 rooster and 3 little hens, but he was being so aggressive with a couple of them. Now, I think the one is definitely, well, I know the one is definitely a hen that he's aggressive with, but I think he's just trying to mate with her, and she wants nothing to do with him. But the other one, we discovered, is a 3rd rooster. So we are today building yet another enclosure to keep him from getting beat up, and unfortunately we can't put the 2 of them together because they also don't like each other. It is as the quail turns around here, I'm telling you. But we're going to get this enclosure done, and I thought we would take you guys along for the ride and show you the supplies that we needed and what we did in the event you'd like to try to build one of these yourself. So give us a minute to get ready, gather our supplies, and we'll be right back. All right, for the sake of time, we have gone ahead and assembled the top and the bottom of this. And what we're going to do is we're going to use these little guys here in the middle, and that is what's going to connect the top to the bottom, because this only needs to be a foot tall. When you're doing quail pens, you can't have it too tall because they can fly up and break their neck if they have too much space, if they get startled. So the entire size of this is going to be 8 feet long, and it is 2 feet wide. So it is a simple build. All we've done is cut 21-inch boards, and they are just screwed in. And because these are actually not 2 by 2, they're 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches, it totals 24 inches. So that is going to get connected to the bottom. Now, those are the supports. We didn't do 3 supports on the top because it's only just holding the screen up. On the bottom, though, we have 3 supports in the middle, and that's what they're going to walk on. So we're about to get started. Anything else you think I should add?
Nope.
Chicken Dad?
Let's do it.
All right, we're going to get started on this. Okay, all we have left to do on this is we've got to put the screen on the sides, and then we have to install our doors. Now, we used all lumber that we already had. We had some old ripped 2x4s. A lot of this wood is wonky. So this has definitely got a good wobble to it, if you see the leg here. But it's going to be squared up once we get it in place, because it's going to get screwed down. So we're not going to install our doors until after, so that they'll be nice and, you know, square as they, oh, I'm sorry, my finger's in the way, square as it should be. So we're going to finish this up, and then we'll get it installed. It is finished. I think we're finally going to have peace in the quail run. No one can beat anybody up anymore, right? Please say no. Our little hen is in here. Our little roo is down there. They're both happily taking a dust bath, and we've got them separated. Unfortunately, they can't be together by this little piece of hardware cloth, because they don't like each other either. I don't know what is up with these two, but no one likes them and they don't like anybody else. But I know that we sort of rushed through the build for the sake of time, so I'm going to just tell you guys the dimensions of the pieces of wood that we cut, so that if you decide you want to do this, you can do the exact same thing. Everything is 2x2s, and I will say this, I might have been more inclined to beef this up, maybe use some 2x4s, maybe some 1/4 inch hardware cloth if this was outside. It is in my very, very secure run, so that is something you might want to take into consideration, because quail are very, very much prey items for any predator that comes along. In here, I'm not going to really have to worry about that, so I'm just going to tell you what we use. Now, we have 8 feet pieces of 2x2s for the frame. This is 2 feet deep from front to back. So in there we have our supports. We've got 2 obviously on either end, and we have 3 on the bottom. So there are 5 21-inch supports for the bottom, and then we have the ones on the corners, and then we've got 2 here. So there are 4 21-inch supports for the top. I didn't feel like we needed any more than that, because it's just holding up that very lightweight mesh. So there are supports here that are 10.5 inches long. So there are 6 in the front, 4 in the back, and we brought this one in 1 foot, and then I went ahead and built the door. Now, I went ahead and built the door first so I could just lay it in place, and it's 28 inches, and then the piece that connects the 2 that are 28 inches, that's 7 inches. This I was able to just put in place. I didn't even have to measure, because I laid my door there after we built it, and I gave it a little gap there so that, you know, in case the wood expands, it won't be a problem. We just repeated that on the other end, and then that left us this section here in the middle that is also about 1 foot wide. And with that, I can reach everything in there. I can reach my hand in that way easily. I can reach my hand in past that easily and access everything. Nothing is, you know, too far away for me to reach. When we got ready to put the doors on, we put the hardware on first, just on the door, and then put the mesh on. So just in the event you put your mesh on first, that's not going to allow your hardware to sit flush against the wood. So make sure you get your hardware on first. Then we just cut each section of hardware cloth out where it would fit, and we put the legs on last, because the legs are on the outside. Now, your legs can be however long you need them to be, or however long you want them to be. We wanted these units to be separate because we might move this one at a later time, so we built them separately. So this one's only 18 inches tall. The bottom one is 34 inches tall. Make them as tall, build them together if you want, however you want to do your legs. You know, it will still work with this. That's kind of the last thing we put on there, so you can build the body of them first. But super simple build, very inexpensive too. I put poop boards underneath. There is just like press wood, and they're wrapped in plastic, and then I put plastic on top of them. And the reason I did that is I had plastic And I didn't have any pans yet, which I thought I was going to use, but honestly, I don't think I'm going to change this because the plastic is so easy to use. I cut it in half, I just pull it out, fold it over, take it to my fence, rinse it off, done. I can have this clean. I clean it every few days. I can have it done in a couple of minutes. So I think I'm just going to stick with the plastic. But that is the finished product. I'm very happy with it. I think we're finally going to have peace in the quail run. Hallelujah. I hope you guys are enjoying our content. And if you are, please stick around, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you won't miss anything in the future. We are about to, probably next week, try our hand for the first time at hatching, or incubating I should say, some quail eggs. So I am looking forward to that and I'm excited about it. I hope you guys have a fantastic day and we'll see you in the next video.